Millions of retirees believe they've planned their Social Security correctly. And most of them are wrong, not because they're careless, but because retirement breaks plans slowly and quietly. There are no alarms and no headlines, just a little less money each year. And by the time most people notice, it's already happening. Welcome to Money Hook, where we protect retirees from quiet financial mistakes. If you're over 60, retired, or retiring soon, this video matters. Because today, I'll show you a simple checkup professionals use to stress test Social Security income. There's no complicated math, no spreadsheets, just clear questions and clear fixes so you know what to do next. And you should stay with me because most retirees discover one weakness they never planned for. Step 1. Know what actually hits your bank account. Most retirees look at their Social Security statement and assume that number is their income. But that number is not what you actually live on. Medicare premiums are taken out first, and sometimes other deductions reduce it too. Which means the real question is how much money actually lands in your bank account each month. That amount is your true income, it is the money you pay bills with, and everything else is just paperwork. Solution: write down your net Social Security amount, the amount after Medicare, and use this number for all budgeting decisions. Never plan retirement around the gross amount, because doing so creates false confidence that disappears later. Step 2. The inflation reality check. Prices don't stay the same in retirement. Groceries slowly cost more, utilities rise over time, and insurance almost always goes up. Social Security increases help, but they don't fully protect your spending power. So you need to ask yourself, if your bills slowly rise, does your income rise enough to keep up? If your budget feels tight today, inflation will make it tighter tomorrow. And this pressure compounds quietly year after year. Solution: build a small monthly cushion into your budget, and if you don't have extra room, reduce fixed expenses early. Inflation hurts less when your budget has breathing space instead of running on the edge. Step 3. Healthcare reality check. Healthcare is the biggest surprise for many retirees. Because medical costs rarely go down with age, prescriptions change, doctor visits become more frequent, and expenses show up when you least expect them. Ask yourself honestly, if your healthcare costs rise every year, can you still afford your basic living expenses? Because if medical costs force you to cut food or housing, your plan is already under stress. Solution: plan healthcare as a separate expense, not an afterthought, and review Medicare options regularly. Keep a dedicated medical cash buffer so health costs don't quietly destroy your budget. Step 4. The living longer than expected test. Many people plan for their early 80s, but many Americans live into their late 80s or 90s, and living longer is a blessing that costs more money. Income must last as long as life does, which leads to a simple but uncomfortable question. If you live to age 90, does your income still cover basic needs, not travel, not extras, just the basics? Solution: plan your income for a longer life than you expect, and if possible, delay claiming benefits or reduce early spending. Longevity planning is protection, not pessimism, and ignoring it is expensive. Step 5. Taxes, the quiet income reducer. Many retirees are surprised by taxes because Social Security can be taxed and withdrawals can increase taxes too. Even small income changes can reduce take-home pay, which means you need to ask whether taxes are quietly reducing your monthly spending money. If you've never checked, you may already be losing income without realizing it. Solution: understand which income sources trigger taxes and spread withdrawals over time instead of taking large amounts. Small tax adjustments can preserve thousands over the course of retirement. Step 6. Small changes test. You don't need to fear changes to Social Security, but you do need to be prepared for small ones. Even small benefit changes matter when income is fixed. So ask yourself, if your Social Security check was slightly smaller, would your budget still work? If the answer is no, your plan lacks flexibility, and that's where problems start. Solution: lower fixed expenses wherever possible, and avoid locking yourself into high monthly commitments. Flexible budgets survive surprises, while rigid budgets don't. Step 7. Market ups and downs. If you use savings or investments, markets matter. because markets don't go up every year. Bad years happen, often early in retirement, and that timing can do real damage. Ask yourself, if your savings drop during a bad year, can you still pay your bills calmly? Because if you must sell investments at a bad time, income becomes unstable. Solution: keep emergency cash for short-term needs and use savings strategically instead of reacting emotionally. Stability matters more than high returns in retirement. Step 8. Working while collecting. Some retirees work part-time, and that can help. But before full retirement age, it can reduce benefits. Reduced benefits affect monthly cash flow. So, you need to ask, if your Social Security is temporarily reduced, can you still cover expenses because bills don't? Wait for future adjustments. Solution: understand earnings limits before working and plan for months when benefits may be reduced. Never rely on future corrections to pay today's bills. Final simple stress test. Here's the full test in plain words. If income goes down a little, expenses go up a little, and you live longer than expected, does your plan still work? If yes, your plan is strong. And if no, adjustments are needed, not panic, just preparation. What most retirees discover. Most retirees learn the same things over time. Their real income is lower than expected. Healthcare grows faster than benefits, inflation reduces buying power, and after age 85 money becomes tighter. This doesn't mean failure, it means clarity, and clarity gives you the chance to act. What to do next? Focus on stability, not perfection, reduce fixed costs, plan healthcare early, protect cash flow, and prepare for a long life. Small steps today prevent big problems later. And if this video helped you understand your retirement income more clearly, subscribe to Money Hook. This channel exists to protect retirees from quiet financial mistakes, mistakes that don't hurt today, but hurt years later. So subscribe and take control of your Social Security decisions.